all you peeps, this is Edo here for another Let's Play of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Here with me is Nightshade.
Edo, it's time.
It is time to no,
And the time is December 28th, 2:24 p.m. We are in District Court, Defendant Lumpy number 2.
This is it,
and
guys.
we're going to see to the bottom of DL6 once and for all.
Let's do it.
I'm sorry, Wright. I've just wasted all of your effort.
Mr. Hedgeworth, I just don't believe it, pal. I mean, you kill your dad?
I didn't want to believe it myself, Detective. But it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances.
I kinda object to that, but whatever, Ace Attorney.
Yeah.
This is crazy! Just crazy! Crazy taxi!
Huh? Nick? What are you doing?
Huh? Oh. I was just reading through the court record once more. I'm getting my case ready. He's actually reading the court record?
My God! This can only mean one thing, the apocalypse is coming.
He's being a professional. For Edgeworth. For Edgeworth's love.
Let's not go that crazy.
Oh, come on! Your case? For what?
Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent.
But maybe not so innocent in bed.
God damn it. I'm gonna have to charge you for sexual harassment. What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it. In court.
I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare. What? It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record.
Anime is not real.
In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning.
Or if you want to loosen them, that's fine.
God damn it.
Okay.
We're not going to end this if you keep doing innuendos.
It's just so... it's right there, dude. Come on.
You're going to have to fight Luca.
They're throwing materials at me. Come on.
I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me.
Right, exactly.
I'm just saying, lady, that if you start making moves, Luca-jin might start getting in front of you. She has clearly claimed him as Usbando.
Oh, it's okay. Go ahead.
December 28, 2:30 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 3.
Then I would like to resume our trial.
Judge! Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do the cross-examining. The statute of limitations on the DL6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I like to run this one by the book. For that pretty face over there.
I see. Does the defense have any objection?
No, Your Honor. Von Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you?
Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand?
His eyes.
Will the witness state his name and profession?
Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecuting attorney.
Mr. Edgeworth. 15 years ago, you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth.
Can I just pause for a moment right here?
Sure, whatever. What's going on?
Let's say if he did. I'm just let's throw it out.
Yeah, okay, let's go that long.
Would he really be accused though? Like, cause he was a kid when it happened.
See, this is where the gray line of Ace Attorney goes, because
Well, I'm just wondering in a real case, if a
All
kid
right.
accidentally did kill his
accidental
father.
manslaughter. That's what he's going to be charged for.
Okay, so then what would he get then? Would it be juvenile then? Like,
I have no idea for the juvenile part.
see, that's
All-
what I'm trying to. Would he be tried
All
as an
I'm saying
adult?
is that it will still get the criminal record.
Yeah, because like I
I'm
said,
just not sure what kind of sentence he will get out of
because like
this.
I know there are cases where if a minor did something where it caused murder or whatever, that
Yeah.
depending on the severity of it, that they
Yeah.
could be tried as an adult, and thus he probably would have to go to jail.
Right.
But in this case, it was a mistake. So then,
In-
what would he even get by proving
charge
it
will-
besides
the
criminal
charge-
records?
The charge will be accidental manslaughter. I don't know is what could he be not charged, but what could he be sentenced to because of
Yeah,
that?
see, that's what I'm trying to figure out because I don't know really much about law. I'm not a lawyer, so that's what I was very
Unfortunately,
curious
Ace
about.
Attorney logic did not think about it until a later game, and I'm not going to explain my case. But in this case, they're treating it as plain murder.
Okay, all right then. You already read this part.
Is this correct? I don't even remember what I said.
It is correct.
Then testify about this matter to the court.
When Edward was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That will be the key. But if only I can get it to work. Please, please.
Witness testimony: the DL6 incident.
That day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all. Wasn't there 2 gunshots?
I don't know. What does the court record has to say to
I'll
that?
have to check that. And until now, you thought this memory was a dream? We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I had lost my memories of the events.
I'm not sure that elevators are airtight, but whatever.
Yeah.
Bah! The same claim Mr. Yogi has made.
May not have been so much as loss of oxygen, but still, you're in a still area for 5 hours. I mean,
Possible.
I could see that maybe happening where it just kind of gets to your head, maybe. I was actually trapped in an
but then-
elevator, truth be told.
How will you explain the brain damage?
Like,
Well, the assume brain damage.
like
that
I
you're
said,
going
I was trapped in an elevator myself. I've had this happen
Yeah.
before. I was
Yeah.
trapped in an elevator with maybe like 5 other people. It was at a convention.
So
And
which one did you eat?
Wow. You're so bad. No, so we were trapped in the elevator. It like stopped. It like made a sudden stop. And that's when we realized it wasn't going to go.
Yeah.
And we had to wait for the firemen to come in. Because obviously that's what they do when they call. They have the emergency. Those people come in. And
Right.
I remember waiting at least 2 hours. And there was one
Yeah.
thing I do remember. I remember it did felt like it was getting warm. Probably because
Yeah.
of the body heat. But in this case, there was
Yeah.
only 3. So I don't know. But there was 5. So I mean, for all I know, maybe if it had surpassed 5,
well,
5 hours, maybe.
You have to think that like there's the body warmth. There's also the fact that each people perspire, so the humidity in the elevator doesn't change. But yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah. All right.
Let's go.
Okay.
I did this line.
Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. I get to cross-examine Miles Edward.
The DL6 incident. this. I'm just going to let it slide.
Yeah! Let's do it. What was the trial your father was involved in on that day?
I don't remember things very clearly. Only 2 things. I know my father lost, and Mr. Von Karma was the prosecuting attorney.
Oh. Mr. Von Karma, you were handling that case?
It was 15 years ago. I don't remember the details.
Bullcrap, Mr. Perfect! That was when Edward pointed out the problem in Von Karma's evidence. So, there were 3 people, including yourself, trapped in that elevator.
Yes, myself, my father, and Yana Yogi. We were fine at first, but then as time passed and no one came to help...
What did you do then?
I was a 9-year-old boy at the time. What could I do? I was scared, trembling in the corner. But then...
What was it?
A pistol. I assumed it was the bailiff Yana Yogi's. The safety must have come off when it fell from his holster.
And you picked it up. What happened next?
Did you know it was a pistol when you threw it?
I think I knew. I knew it was dangerous. But the air was getting so thick. I panicked.
So, you're saying that you threw the pistol at Mr. Yogi?
I was in a daze.
The gun fired once?
Yes. I think after I threw it, I lost consciousness. Since then, they've echoed in my head every day. That gunshot and that horrible scream.
The scream? To this day?
Yes, I can practically hear it now. I doubt I will ever forget that scream as long as I live.
There it is. One part of that testimony clearly contradicts the evidence, but I don't know what it means. I better find out, and quick! It was... Can we just admire how cute he is?
I mean, you do this every single frame.
I love every frame of him. Okay, so it's gotta be this one.
You haven't watched the LP of Lucagen's Bling Ace Attorney, did you?
No, I've not.
She has an overlay where she is basically hugging Hedgeworth at the tie level.
That's cute. Alright, so would it be this one? Hold on a second.
No.
Let me check this.
Maybe? Oh, yeah, maybe.
One bullet found in heart. The murder was fired twice! This is the one I'm thinking of.
Okay, then.
Victim data. This, I can't think of anything else.
Then
This
let's
has
do
to be
this.
it. Are you sure you only heard one gunshot?
Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came.
I see. But that doesn't make sense. Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony.
You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you?
We kinda are dealing with the case. Come on.
If you love that file so much, why don't you marry it? I don't accept this evidence. Unless you can tell us what page it's on. Which page contradicts Miles Edgeworth's testimony?
Bam! Look at the victim data in this file. It says it quite plainly. The murder weapon was fired twice. Double dose. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot, yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So, who fired the remaining shot?
Take a shot.
Was there perhaps another shooter who fired that second shot?
Your Honor, as I'm sure you're aware, this incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when that second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There is no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident.
That's stupid. How would you know
Your face
then?
is stupid.
No, like how would you know then that the gun was shot twice then? It would
Because
never
there's
have.
the-
It would have never been in that file then if it was only shot once.
Here's the reason why. Because there's 2 empty chambers in the pistol.
Okay.
Like, assuming that there was a full clip in the pistol, and there's inside that clip there's 2 bullets that's missing,
Okay.
then
Yeah,
assume that it's
you're
been
gonna
fired
assume
twice.
it was fired twice. Okay. Alrighty then. What?
I see. You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot fired had something to do with this case? Do I have proof? I hope so.
Yes, we do.
Your Honor, Your Honor, I've not played this game in a while.
Yeah, your memory is starting to show that it's slowly starting to be missing some.
Die.
You're starting to sound like Yanni Yogi.
Yogi now. Oh, God, man. Your Honor, I think I will be able to show you proof.
What? Impossible!
Now, Mr. Von Karman, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence.
Oh, okay.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Show us your proof. Do you have evidence that the second firing of the pistol remains in this incident? Fudge.
Is it this one?
At this point, you have to review everything until you find what you need.
Taken from good hit heart still bears ballistic markings.
So that's the first shot.
Okay.
No, that's not the first shot. I mean, that's one of the shots. That's unrelated. That's from the old...
Is this...
Yeah, I'm not sure why they kept that evidence because this is all stuff from
yeah,
the
so then it's
Gourd
just
Lake
gotta...
stuff.
It's... Would it be that?
Yes, but why?
Because there's 2 marks. We got a broken window here.
And we got...
At his thing, and we already have the bullet of him of the heart.
There we go.
So, would it be the photo first?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure that's... Look at this photograph.
This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago.
Impossible!
I see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth.
You asked me to wait. No,
This
there it is.
proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it. Hadar!
So let me get this straight.
I feel like I'm talking to a 5-year-old right now. It's just repeating crap, you know what I mean?
So let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired. Where?
Like, come on, freaking. Exactly. Your Honor, please. Please get a clue. Show the judge the contradiction. Oh my goodness, game. This game it's like really, we're really dumbing it down.
It wants to make sure you're not saying bullcrap.
As should be obvious, the contradiction is here. I see a bullet hole in the door. Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol. Yet, there is also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot. Bam!
Order! Mr. Wright, where are you driving at?
It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out? In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else.
Mr. Wright, but who could that someone else be?
The murderer, of course. Uh-oh. You're not happy.
I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand.
Hey.
And also
Hey.
all your Edgeworth fantasies.
You know my fantasy so well.